What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I've got for you two stories, starting with this unbelievable Bridezilla story who decides to turn up the day before her wedding to check everything's going ahead, but she hasn't paid yet. Oh, and also even worse, the people who work at the function don't even have her in the diary. Imagine that, the day before your wedding, and it's not even in the diary. You're going to want to stay tuned for the second story as well, a classic cheating story with a little bit of blackmail in there too. I need your help to figure out exactly what the right thing to do is on that one. But first, let's get into the first story. Sit back, relax, let's go. Woman turns up to pay for her wedding that we don't have in the diary. Her wedding is tomorrow. A large part of my job is answering phones and dealing with people who want to hire our large function room. In our town, our room is one of very few places available to hold wedding receptions and birthday parties, etc. The process for hiring the room is quite simple. People ring up all the time and ask if the day they want is free. If it is, we place a hold on the date for 14 days. If we don't hear back from them, it opens up to anyone else that wants it. If they do decide they want it, they have to come in for an appointment with either me or my boss. We go through the booking form and help them fill it in and explain the T's and C's with them. Then they pay their deposit and the function gets written in the diary. We don't take deposits without a booking form, and we don't take booking forms without a deposit. You have to physically come in and hand both over. None of this can be done online. We don't have a website. Fast forward to this morning when Bridezilla walks in with her mother. "Hi, can I help?" I say. "I'm here to pay the deposit for my wedding." "Okay, let me get you a form and we'll go through it. What date did you book?" "Tomorrow." The smile on my face dropped. "We have a birthday party booked in tomorrow. There's no way she can have her wedding here tomorrow." "Tomorrow isn't available. We already have a booking," I say. Then the mother of Bridezilla gets involved. "You double booked? You'll have to cancel the other booking." "No, we haven't double booked. If you haven't filled a form in or paid a deposit, then you haven't booked the room. When did you ask about the date?" I mean, that is actually mental, by the way. The fact that this woman thinks that she can pay for her wedding, the function room, whatever, the day before. Surely every wedding venue ever, you have to at least provide a deposit a decent while in advance, right? "Last July," the mother says. "I remember because we came in before we went for my birthday lunch." "Well, we only hold the date for 2 weeks. Someone will have told you that at the time." "Yeah, but it's a wedding," the bride says. Well, the question is actually, is she still the bride here? She's definitely Bridezilla. I'll call her Bridezilla. Well, the same rules still apply. If you don't fill in a form and pay the deposit within the 2 weeks, we open it up to everyone else. Unfortunately, someone else has booked the room. By the way, very fair policy and makes complete sense. "Well, I did it all online," the bride said. "You did what online?" "I paid for the room." "Then why are you here today? Trying to pay for it now?" We don't even have a website, so you can't do anything online." I mean, that's the killer right there. "So she can't have the wedding here?" the mother asks. "Nope. Sorry." And they left. There was no shouting, no anger at me, nothing. She just casually shrugged her shoulders and walked away. I'm fully expecting the wedding party to turn up tomorrow all kitted out. Oh my goodness me. And by the way, we're going to get an update to this, so stay tuned. Does the whole wedding party show up the very next day despite nothing being booked? I really hope it does. Oh, and an edit to add. My boss saw her throwing a huge tantrum in the road outside of our building. There it is. First of all, some comments before we get into that update. Somebody said, "I'm sure the marriage will be a roaring success with that level of planning." Absolutely. OP replied, "If I remember correctly, they've been together a good 15 years, engaged for at least 10. He told her if she wanted a wedding, then she had to plan the whole thing. He wanted zero involvement. What a great husband. Goodness me. He just wanted to turn up to the church, get drunk with his mates afterwards." Wow, what a great guy. Someone else said, "Is it possible she mixed up venues and put down a deposit somewhere else?" Well, there's nowhere in town where she'd be able to have it, so unless she's booked a venue in a different town with a similar name, she's just an idiot. And finally, somebody said, "From how you put it down, the bride didn't seem like a Bridezilla, just a misinformed bride who didn't have all the things set up. I hope she can find a venue in time." "It's the tantrum she threw outside," OP replied, "that makes me think she's a Bridezilla. That, and assuming you can walk into a venue the day before your wedding and assume everything is sorted for you. I think she's a Bridezilla, by the way. because she knew there was no website. That I think, and it's hard to tell because obviously we weren't there and we can't read the tone, get the tone through just words on my screen here, but to me that was pretty telling, and it was, oh yeah, I've been found out, this hasn't worked. Now maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my perception. Anyway, let's get into the update. This was actually posted 6 days later, so this is all done and dusted by now. Well, at least in theory. I was at work by myself for most of the afternoon after Bridezilla had left. My coworker came in to take over from me, and for about 10 minutes, I fill her in on everything that's happened that day, including Bridezilla. My coworker makes a comment about how she's glad she has nothing to do with booking the room, and that if she did, she'd be getting the blame for the whole thing. I go into the back room to switch my shoes and get my things together before I leave. I happen to glance at the CCTV monitor, and I notice that Bridezilla is walking along the corridor. She walks up to my coworker, and I listen in. Hi, I'm wondering if you can help me. I'm attending a party tomorrow night and need to make some arrangements with my friend whose party it is, but I've lost her phone number. I was wondering if you'd be able to find it for me. What is she doing here? Sorry, I can't do that, my coworker replied. It's okay, we're best friends. She really wouldn't mind. I don't have access to that. Oh, I know what she's doing. I know. Oh my god, that took me too long. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes when I'm reading, I fully take in everything because I'm reading it and I'm focusing on getting the words right at the same time as actually comprehending the story. Goodness me, the penny just dropped. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, also, even if she did manage somehow to cancel the party that's happening the next day, they're not going to suddenly say, oh yeah, it's free now, you can have your wedding, with no prior setup at all. It's not going to happen. Anyway, power to her for thinking this would actually work. Sorry if I've spoiled what's going to happen, but I just clocked it. Anyways, coworker says, I don't have access to the information. I couldn't give it to you even if you wanted it. They're coming in to decorate the room later on. You could come back then. There must be someone who can give me the number. My coworker comes to get me from the back room and asks me if I heard her. What the frick would she want their number for? I come out. It's obvious to me, but maybe it's not to some of you guys yet. I say, yeah, we can't give out that info. Well, I don't see the big deal. Do you need it to tell her you can't attend because you'll be at your wedding that she mustn't be invited to? I can pass that message on for you. She shrugged and walked out. I can only imagine she was going to phone them and ask them to cancel their party so she could have the room. Exactly. The next day, I'm at work pretty much all day. I have a word with the people having the party, and I let them know that if anyone turns up they haven't invited, to let me know. We have a couple people turn up looking for a wedding. We tell them about the mix-up, and they don't seem surprised. Yeah, that's also very telling. A lady who said she was the groom's mother said she'd only been told 3 days before about the wedding, and that they'd invited a bunch of people to a reception, but nobody knew when or where the actual wedding ceremony was. She'd spoken to her son that morning, and he said he'd text the details, but then apparently forgot. He forgot to text the details on the day of his own wedding. I mean, it's a bit late by that point, but to forget on the day of your wedding, or at least the day it's supposed to be, that's pretty mental. It's the most casual I've seen people be about organising a wedding. Well, maybe they just didn't really care. Maybe that's just how they are. And you know what? Fair play to them. The most chilled wedding organisers ever. So chilled, in fact, that it hasn't happened in over 10 years of potentially trying to get it to happen, and they don't really care at all. Now moving on to our next story. I know my sister's boyfriend is cheating on her. I have proof, but he is threatening to tell her I broke something of hers that he paid to replace. This was originally posted back in June of 2016. Hi everyone. So I've never used Reddit before. I'm 15 and I live in Pennsylvania with my sister. I technically am supposed to be living with my mum, but she's always away on business. I live with my sister 40 weeks out of the year. A while back, I tripped over the step and I knocked the table. Unfortunately for me, she had a flower vase on the table and it fell and shattered. I was freaking out because it looked really expensive and I thought she would kill me. It was stupid, but I tried to fix it with super glue. I know, again, stupid, but I was panicking. Her boyfriend came home and he saw what had happened. He told me to calm down, we'll just go and get another one. She got it from this online store and he ordered the exact same one online. It cost $150. He told me once I get a job, I've got to pay him back the money. Well, actually, it says I have to pay him back the money. which is a little bit strong. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, I went to go and use the computer, and he was still logged into his Facebook. You know how when you get a message on Facebook, it pops up on your screen? That's what had happened, but it had been there for a while, if that makes sense. I read the message this woman sent, and it said something about giving him a BJ. I read through the messages, and it was basically sexting, sending nudes. There were even times to meet up. I took photos of the conversation with my cell phone. The more I started thinking about it, the more I was actually put off telling my sister. I thought that I really had no proof he slept with her, and I was not sure if this was cheating or not. It wasn't physically, as far as I knew at the time. To my understanding, cheating is when you have sex with someone. It's worth remembering this person is 15 as well, and obviously, this is clearly cheating and your sister needs to know, but I can understand how at the time you might not realize what is worth telling and what's not. She's only 15. 3 nights ago, I came home and I walked in on my sister's boyfriend making out with the same lady from Facebook. I arrived home earlier than I should have, and he kind of freaked out. He told me not to tell my sister because I owed him one. He told me I still owed him money from the broken vase, and my sister would be annoyed at me for breaking it in the first place. He is not here at the moment. I'm upstairs in my room, and my sister is downstairs with her friend. I don't know what to do. I feel really bad for this girl because it's so obvious what you do in this situation. But again, she's 15. She should have immediately told her that she broke the vase. It would have been fine. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But the fact that this guy is manipulating you and blackmailing you like this, and he's genuinely made you think that cheating is the same as accidentally breaking someone's vase, is ridiculous. What a horrible, manipulative idiot. Now, of course, there is an update to this one, so stay tuned. I really hope it's a good update. But before that, let's get into the comments. Somebody said, a $150 vase is nothing compared to knowing that your boyfriend is cheating on you. Also, let her know he's trying to blackmail you. This guy is a douche. I mean, pretty much exactly what I said. And someone else said, hey, you won't have to pay him back when you tell your sister and she dumps his butt. That's a great point. I mean, who knows what sentimental value this vase had, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It also doesn't seem like it had much at all. So yeah, obviously, you've got to say, my fingers are genuinely crossed. I haven't read ahead that this girl does tell her sister. Let's see. The same day, we got the following update. I told my sister and showed her the proof. The short version of events is she could care less about the vase. She was more upset about the blackmailing and cheating than anything, obviously. She rents her place. He just lives here, like me. She texted him and told him not to bother coming home. If he comes, she will call the cops. And there we go. It's as simple as that. But I will absolutely attest to feeling how this girl felt in the moment. When you're younger, when you're a teenager, you just think these things are so much more end of the world than they actually are. And only when you're a bit older do you realize that stuff happens. It's fine. Accidents happen all the time. It's just part of life. And reasonable, logical and sensible people will be okay, yeah, it's a bit annoying, but it's a vase. It's fine. I can get another one or not. It's a vase. Stuff that doesn't happen all the time, though, is furiously cheating. And again, trying to manipulate a 15-year-old into not telling her sister that you are cheating on her is awful. How is that relationship ever gonna continue and work out? I mean, clearly this guy's a horrible person anyway, but is he really thinking that this girl's sister, as in his girlfriend's sister, is gonna keep this secret for the rest of their relationship together and maybe life? Again, OP's sister is 23, her boyfriend is 25. I haven't actually said that yet, but yeah, her sister's 23, her boyfriend, or now ex-boyfriend, is 25. That's not young. A 25-year-old should not be doing this sort of stuff. I mean, no one should be doing this sort of thing. But this guy, to be manipulating someone that's 10 years younger than them, horrific. What a horrible person. It's just so bad. And you can imagine the anxiety that this girl had, for this period of time. Just awful. Absolutely awful. Now, she said earlier that it was a while back that she tripped over the step and knocked the table and then knocked over the vase. How long ago was that? How long ago is a while back? Because this would have been on her mind for ages. It's so horrific. I'm very glad that this girl listened to the advice on Reddit and told her sister, and it was obviously clearly fine, and her sister got rid of her disgusting boyfriend. But yeah, what a jerk. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this one. Short but sweet. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you want more from me right away, check out this episode on screen. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and rate me 5 stars if you're listening on a podcast platform. It really, really helps me out to reach more people that might like this sort of content. Have a good rest of your day, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.